Hello peeps, and welcome back to another one with us, the Review Bros, and today we're going to be taking a look at ALV Pinch Loco pre-workout sent kindly down by Cross the Limit, so thank you guys. And as you know, yep, we'll be covering all the usuals: the taste, the price, the label and the effects. Is it worth picking up? And it's from Achievements Through Science Labs, worth chucking out there. So yeah, it does look very bright and colourful, definitely eye-catching off the shelf, that's for sure. It says on the side here, extreme pump, insane focus, absolute energy. So yeah, those are the elements we're going to be looking at ultimately. So stick around, and if you are new here, please do hit the like button, sub button, bell icon, all the usuals, because it does really help us out. But today, let's take a look at this one. So up first is taste and mixability, and we're going to be trying out Purple Drank flavour. I'll throw up any other flavours it comes in on the screen. Mixability, let's have a little look together, shall we? Not too bad, not too bad. It's almost somewhat translucent, isn't it? Some froth action going on there, but let's give it a taste. So I'm assuming it's going to be a grape or something of that description. And yes, I am correct. It is a grape. It's a very strong grape. It's got a slight chemical undertone to it. I mean, there is quite a bit, you know, quite a few different bits and pieces in this pre-workout, so, you know, almost come to expect it really. But yeah, a nice strong grape flavour. Sweet, not really sour. Let's give it another sip and I'll try and give you a score. It's alright, I feel like you almost need more water with it really, but it is what it is. It tastes potently strong. If you love grape, you're going to love this. If you're not a big fan of grape or purple fruits in general, then maybe try one of the other flavours. But I think they've done a good job. Like I say, there is a bit of nastiness on the back end, but it doesn't ruin it. It's not awful. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. It's definitely doable. So yes, good start. Let's move on to price. So if you like the sound of this review for ALV Pinch Loco pre-workout, you can pick this up from crossthelimits.co.uk, where you can use our discount code RB5%. That'll knock off 5%, every little helps. You can pick up this pre for £34.20 for a full 30 serving container. And if you work that out per the serving, it comes to £1.14 per the serve. On our consistent price scale, where a 5 out of 10 is the bang average price point, this comes in at a very nice 7.5 out of 10. So it's actually substantially cheaper than your average pre-workout price point. So what sort of pre-workout are we getting for that money? Is it still going to be worth picking up even with that nice price point? Stick around, we'll find out. Okay, let's talk label. So what have we got here? We got ourselves a 15.6 gram serving amount, so probably about typical of what you'd see today. So let's get straight in the meat and potatoes here. We've got the Loco Pump Matrix. With first up, L-citrulline malate, 2:1, 5 grams. So we're going to be just about scraping a semi-respectable amount of L-citrulline, you know, enough to at least do something. It's an amino acid, it bumps up nitric oxide levels, increases blood flow and pump, so we'll take it. Then we've got taurine at 1 gram, nice dose, pretty typical there. Jack of all trades, going to help with your focus, energy production within the body, hydration, pump. Then we've got agmatine sulfate, 500 milligrams. Little bit of a low dose, would normally like to see at least 1 gram, if not 1.5 grams. But it should help to work alongside the L-citrulline to further promote nitric oxide production, help your pumps last a little bit longer, and it does even have some cognitive benefits as well. Then we move down to the endurance amplifier with first up beta-alanine, 3.5 grams. Really nice dose there. A little bit above and beyond the normal what we look for, which is 3.2 grams. It's an amino acid. Gives that itchy, tingly sensation when it kicks in, but it should also help with your endurance. When it builds up in your system, you take it over enough weeks, months by buffering lactic acid. Then we've got betaine anhydrous, 2 grams. Nice dose there. Anything from 2 to 2.5 plus is normally decent. Another jack of all trades type ingredient that's going to help with your pumps, power, performance. Then we've got L-theanine at 150 milligrams. Obviously, we'll move on to the stimulant shortly and we'll work out the sort of ratio we're looking at here. But another amino acid, it's going to help to smooth over any harsh stimulants, you know, take the edge off them, channel it more into a calm, productive focus. Then we have the Mind and Muscle Support Matrix, Alpha GPC, 300 milligrams. So you'd be yielding 150 milligrams of actual choline. It's a choline donor. Probably one of the best ones, to be fair, but that is a bit of a low dose. We'd normally like to see probably double. We'd like to actually be yielding 300 milligrams of choline in an ideal world, but it should help to increase your acetylcholine levels in the brain, increasing your focus, concentration and athletic performance in the gym. Then we have juniper berry extract, 225 milligrams, very specific dose there. It helps with a lot of different things. It's got antioxidant benefits, so it helps with your inflammation, immune system support, but it's also touted to help increase the effectiveness of some of the stimulants in pre-workouts. So let's see how that comes together. Then we've got huperzine A at 150 micrograms, respectable dose, learning chemical, help with your memory, focus, concentration. Then we move down to the Pure Power Matrix, caffeine, 385 milligrams. So I've noticed it's just regular caffeine, not caffeine anhydrous, so it should be slightly smoother. You know, shouldn't hit quite as quick or as sharply, but that's not always a bad thing. It's a high amount of caffeine anyway, 385 milligrams. I mean, it's definitely above the normal, which is normally anything from 300 to 350 in your typical pre-workout. So yeah, it should still hit quite strong. It's like 4 cups of instant coffee at home or a couple of energy drinks worth, so it's not to be sniffed at. Then we have isopropanol synephrine, 30 milligrams, the more potent form of synephrine. It's a fat burning ingredient, so it's going to help to metabolize fat cells, give you more energy, stimulation. Then we've got guarana seed extract, 15 milligrams, yielding 50% caffeine. So a little bit more caffeine. We're pushing on to almost the 400 milligram mark here from those sources. And it's kind of similar to caffeine in that it helps with your energy levels, you know, further stimulation, that kind of thing, but it's not as strong. Then we've got alpha yohimbine, Rolfia vulmatora extract, 2 milligrams. It's, for as far as alpha yohimbine goes, that's kind of a high dose. You know, it's definitely getting there. It's probably a little bit above what I'd be normally comfortable with, but the reason I'm saying that is because it's a harsh stimulant. It doesn't take much to actually impact you. It's a fat burner, so it should help metabolize fat cells for energy, but I believe it does work better when you're in a fasted state. But yeah, it's going to provide more energy, give you a kick up the arse and get you moving. And the slippery slope type scenario with this ingredient is that if it goes over you're sort of pushing onto the potential negative side effects with 2 milligrams in terms of it can make you a bit dribbly, jittery, uneasy, anxious, cold, sweaty. There's a lot of nasty connotations to it, but everyone's different. Some people love it, some people hate it. Definitely a Marmite ingredient, even more so than beta-alanine. So yeah, it could go either way. It could go either way. Normally, anything over 2 milligrams has me in a bad way, but this is right on the mark for me. So we'll see how it comes together. Then we've got the absorption agent, which is black pepper extract, 10 milligrams, really nice. Double what you would typically see in terms of the dose. It's going to help to get all these ingredients through you as quickly and efficiently as possible for your gym session. So overall, I like the label. It's a little bit underdosed here and there, but nothing tragic. It's definitely leaning more down the energy and focus route more than anything else. But let's see how it comes together in the gym. Okay dudes, just finished gym, back in the car now, so let's get into the effects of ALV Pinche Loco pre-workout, and what's the betting I'm pronouncing that wrong. But let's get out of here first, and we'll start off from the usual starting point, which is the beta-alanine. It's in here at an above average dose, and it kicks in respectably well. Like, I wouldn't say mental, I definitely wouldn't say weak either. I'd give it 6 out of 10 on the tingle scale, so I think it's bearable. If you don't like beta-alanine, and if you do like it, you might wish it kicked in a bit stronger, but that's just my personal opinion. Obviously it might hit you differently. You've always got to take it with a pinch of salt, but the point of the matter is it's not going to completely rinse you if you don't like it, or at least it shouldn't. So that's that out the way. So let's just cut to brass tacks, shall we, and talk about the main thing that you would ultimately be buying this pre-workout for. And I would argue it's that crazy energy, as you probably gleaned from the label. So yeah, within 20 to 30 minutes of taking the pre, it's kicking in pretty damn hard. That nigh on 400 milligrams of caffeine, the isopropanol synephrine, other bits and pieces all come in together and hit you like a train. I'm not going to beat around the bush. But having said that, it's not the strongest energy walloping pre-workout I've ever taken. Don't get it twisted, but it's strong. It's strong. So it's not to be sniffed at. And I'd say the energy lasts a good few hours. There's a mild come down on the other end, but I wouldn't go as far as to say it was a full-blown crash. It just wasn't exactly the smoothest, but there's only so smooth you're going to come down off of a high stim junkie pre-workout that's not got any features in it to kind of calm it down on the back end. I mean, granted it's got L-theanine, but I think that that's not enough to combat what's in this from a stimulant standpoint. So yeah, you train hard on it, you do have a bit of a come down on the end after 2 or 3 hours. That's just the honest truth of the matter. But while you're in that energy band, that band of energy for that 2-3 hour window, you are slapping, you're clapping cheeks in the gym from a weightlifting standpoint. Don't turn it funny. Yeah, it's a strong pre-workout is the point I'm getting across. From an Alpha Yo standpoint, it's in there at a borderline offensive dose for me personally. Again, take it with a pinch of salt, this is just my experience, but I did get some of the Alpha Yo negatives, a little bit of jitters, a little bit, on the verge of the sort of cold sweatiness, but not off the cliff face. So it didn't ruin the session, but it was definitely noticeable. I can't beat around the bush. So obviously if you don't like Alpha Yohimbine, it's not going to be a pre-workout for you. I'm not going to cut it any other way. But if you do like it, fantastic. And if you're sort of in the middle, you know, you teeter on the edge, you don't mind a bit of it like me, but too much, you don't like it, you should just about be able to get away with this one if you want to yield most of the benefits from that ingredient without completely getting walloped. So yeah, I would definitely, without a doubt, put this in the Stim Junkie realm from an energy slapping standpoint. Not a euphoric head buzz, DMHA, DMAA, you know, not like that. So obviously there's thousands of pre's on the market, I should imagine. There's shitloads of them. So there's only so many ingredients you can actually put in a pre-workout, isn't there? Let's face it. There's only so different they can all feel from each other. So from a Stim Junkie standpoint, I would say if we're just to really dumb it down for layman's terms, I would say you've got, like I just touched on, the energy walloping side of Stim Junkie realm and the mind walloping realm of Stim Junkie, which is, like I say, the DMHAs, etc., like the Dark Labs kind of ones. This falls into the prior, the energy wallop. So yeah, if you are a Stim Junkie and you like that hard-hitting energy, look no further than this one. Energy is the best point about this pre-workout, straight up. The second best thing is the focus, I would argue, which you do get mostly as a result of that high energy. Because you're so energized, you feel like you've got to direct it somewhere. It's kind of like you've got a rocket up your arse and you need to sort of find a destination to head for, which is Gainestown in this scenario. So yeah, the focus comes off the back of that. I wouldn't really say it's because of any of the focus ingredients per se. Obviously they help in the background, but it's hardly shouting from the rooftops, you know, from a standpoint of having any crazy ingredients. So yeah, the focus you get is mostly as a result of the energy. So yeah, you feel locked in enough, but again, from a focus standpoint, nothing illicit and crazy. So that leaves just the pumps, and I would say they were respectable. I can't agree with the claim on the tub that says they're extreme or whatever, but they're respectable. You do get a nice pump with this pre. Obviously you got a couple of pump ingredients in there, but again, I think the energy is the driving force behind those pumps ultimately. So yeah, it's more of a vascular type granity pump that you get rather than a filled out Michelin Man style. So yeah, that's all three elements in a nutshell, guys. From a negative standpoint, like I say, it's teetering on the edge of the Alpha Yohimbine negatives. There is a little bit of appetite suppression, a little bit of a come down, but nothing crazy. Overall, I think it's a relatively well-balanced pre-workout, as Stim Junkie pre's go, obviously. And I will say, for that price point, you are getting a banging pre-workout. You know, if you are in the market for this type of pre, then yeah, you're going to be singing and dancing all the way to the bank to bank away the pennies you would have saved from buying this pre-workout compared to a more expensive one. So yeah, if I was to recommend them do anything, I would honestly just increase the dosages of a few of those ingredients as I touched on in the label. Just off the top of my head, obviously the L-citrulline, the alpha GPC, maybe some other bits and pieces. Let me just double check and refresh my memory. Agmatine sulfate, yeah, I think that was the only other thing. So only a few ingredients need cranking up a little bit, and I'm sure they could still keep the price point in a respectable margin. So yeah, had a really good session every time I used this pre. I think that was my second or third time I've used it over the last week or so. I've had a good gym session every time. I've lifted heavy, I've stayed locked in, I've enjoyed it. You know, it's quite a serious pre-workout. It does get you in the zone, but like I said, the energy is the thing moving most of the needles. You know, pistons firing, gears changing style, as Aaron likes to say. But yeah, that's everything, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know what you think of this one. Have you used it? Do you want to use it? What else do you want to see us review on the channel? Let us know down below. We'll pick it apart. We'll let you know if it's worth it. We'll do what we do. But yeah, as always, stay stimmed.